Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are going to be doing another reading vlog. However, I think this time around I really want to focus on series I am in the middle of. Last time I checked, I believe I'm in the middle of like 9 or 10 series, but those are just the ones that I am kind of actively wanting to finish. I'm sure I'm in the middle of like way more than that. But I don't really count the ones, obviously, that I've decided not to continue or the ones that I'm not like, don't have any urgency about. So yeah, I think this vlog is going to be a continuing series I'm in the middle of vlog. And I think I kind of want to start with, I kind of stacked them all here to give you guys a visual representation of what we're working with here. So before I tell you which one I want to start with, we are currently in the middle of the Mistborn series. I read book 1 recently. I don't think I'm in the mood for like high fantasy at the moment. We also recently read book 1 in the Sacred Stones trilogy. This is more like classic romantasy. Again, don't know if I'm in the mood for this at the present moment. We have the Veronica Speedwell series, which I've, again, only read book 1, but I own like 5 or 6 books out of this series. I really need to get back to this. This is one that I enjoyed, but I, again, have to really be in the mood for it. And then the Legends of Thesmar series, I've read book 1 and book 2. I don't own book 3, but they are all on Kindle Unlimited. And I feel like I do want to complete this one or like continue this one soon. So this is maybe an option for this video. We also started the last vlog that I uploaded. We started the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. I think that's what it's called, right? Shades of Magic, I don't know, it doesn't say it on the book. And I do think I might be in the mood for this one. I also put a poll up on my Instagram, not my story, but like on my post today, kind of asking people what I should pick up next because I didn't know what to read next. And a couple people did vote for this one. So this one's definitely an option. I did, like today, read the first couple pages of this one, and I think I could be in the mood to continue this series. So that's an option. Zodiac Academy, we have read books 1 through 7, so I do still need to read books 8 and 9, but they're just so massive. And also I've heard some like mixed things about the final books in the series, which has been kind of putting me off from it. Although I will say there's a couple characters in there that I really am interested to see get together. And I know that's not going to happen until like the 8th or 9th book, so that one's also an option. We are almost caught up to date with the Boys of Tommen series. I've read Binding 13, Keeping 13, and then Saving and Redeeming 6 I read recently. So we just have Taming 7, and then I'll be caught up with the series. That's actually on my March TBR, so that's also an option for today's vlog. The Legacy series, I've read book 1. I own book 2, which is Storm of Secrets and Sorrows. Another one that I'm kind of feeling possibly like I could be in the mood for soon. So this one's an option as well for this vlog. If you can't tell, I've really been in my mood reading phase. And then we have a YA series here, which I read book 1, and then book 2, Our Deadly Designs, is also on my TBR to continue. Actually, I don't know if there's only going to be 2 books in the series. This might just be a duology. I don't know. I would have to do more research into that. But again, this one, don't know if I'm in the mood for it right now. So I would say currently, for today's reading vlog purposes, these are kind of tentatively the options that we are looking at. However, I do believe, I think I'm gonna try to start with this one, see where that gets me, and just see if I'm in the mood for it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Today is, what is today? Wednesday afternoon. So I'm hoping to get in a little bit of reading later. I don't know how much reading I'll actually be able to do like for the rest of this week/weekend really, because it's gonna be very busy. It's my birthday. It's almost my birthday. And so I have like birthday plans happening. We have my mother-in-law's birthday happening soon, my sister-in-law's birthday. I have plans tomorrow. I have plans pretty much every single day this week, which is great because they're fun plans, but that also means that reading will obviously be a little bit more on the back burner than it usually is. So yeah, come along with me on this week of reading. I don't know if I'll just do like a normal week like I usually do for a vlog, we'll see. We'll see what we get up to. But yeah, that's the plan. Good morning. It is now the next morning and I do have reading updates. So sorry for like the super harsh lighting. Right now, the sun is coming up. I have been reading a little bit this morning because it's my, well, it's kind of like a rest day, but I'm hiking with my aunt later. So that's my workout of the day, which means I have a little bit of time before working in the morning to read, which has been great. And I'm cold, so just soaking up the coffee. I do have updates on A Gathering of Shadows. I am now, I think I just showed you guys, I am now about 130 pages in, and I am once again feeling like I am being sucked into this story. I would say this one has taken me a little bit longer to get reinvested. Like, I feel like the beginning of this one has been a little bit slower than the intro to the first book. Don't know why I feel that way. I just know that it took me in this book probably like 80 to 100 pages to really feel like I was invested again. And I don't know if that's just because I don't know, I couldn't focus last night on reading. I still read like 90 pages of this yesterday, but I don't know. I felt like I couldn't focus. That happens sometimes. So yeah. Anyway, I've been reading this morning and just really loving it again. I'm really in it. We are once again following Lila and Kel respectively. In the last book, and I feel like this isn't a spoiler, they ended up like briefly parting ways or whatever. And so yeah, now we are following them separate again. But I have a feeling that they are going to be coming together for another adventure, which is kind of like what this whole series, from what I've seen, is about, right? Is them going on adventures, solving different mysteries, defeating different darknesses. And this one, as you can tell by the title, A Gathering of Shadows, we haven't really gotten too much about that yet, but you can tell that there's an energy in the air, something is gathering, something bad is going to be happening. But as of right now, we are with Lila. Are we on a Lila chapter? Yeah, we're on a Lila chapter, and she has been kind of being a pirate, like she's wanted to be her whole life. So that's been kind of fun to see. She's back on land, and poor Kel feels kind of like he's a prisoner in his own kingdom. Again, can't really tell you why because that would be a spoiler, but read the first book and you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, he's kind of struggling, and they both keep thinking about each other, like of their past adventures and things that they have said to one another. And you can tell that I don't know if they've admitted it to themselves, but they definitely care for one another. And so again, I am hoping that they have a little bit of a romance in this series. That'd be really fun for me. I'd really like that. But yeah, this is going great. I love how these books are like split into a ton of different parts, and each part is like, you know, not that long. So it means that the chapters are fairly short, and then you're constantly getting to a new part of the story. And I just find that fun. Something about breaking a bigger book like this into multiple parts makes it feel very digestible. I love this world. I love the uniqueness, like I mentioned in book 1, of the magic system and of Kel being able to travel between these parallel Londons. I just find that very unique. I don't know, my brain loves it. I'm having a great time. Like I said, this one was a little bit slower for me to get into. I don't know if it would have been that way if I had gone straight into this one after the first one. Because I read it so recently, I'm definitely remembering everything, obviously. But that's pretty much the update. Not much to report yet. Plot-wise, again, even if there was, I couldn't tell you specifically what's happening since this is book 2 in a series. Just know that I'm having a good time, and if you haven't picked up book 1 of this already, which is A Darker Shade of Magic, you definitely should, because it's just such a fun series. And I actually really like that these came out kind of a little while ago. I think the first one was published in 2015 and this one was 2016. So they're kind of like a little bit older for the, not for the fantasy genre, but I just feel like I read a lot of new releases and new romantasy, and it's just a completely different vibe than like, I love how I'm saying older and like it's in 2016, but 2016 does kind of, I mean, it's almost 10 years ago, right? So it does kind of have a little bit of a different vibe, and I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go make myself some breakfast. It's like almost 8. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. I have some video editing to do today. I actually don't have check-ins because it's a Thursday. I do those Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually like my filming, editing, whatnot days. So yeah, I do have my bookshelf organization video to finish editing today. I really should take a thumbnail for that, but I don't know if I feel like getting ready because that's a whole thing, and we're going hiking. Why am I telling you this? Don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna go. Happy Friday. It's probably not gonna be Friday when I'm posting this, so happy whatever day it is now for you. Just wanted to, I don't really have any reading updates. I got to page like 194 in A Gathering of Shadows last night. I feel like I didn't get that much reading done yesterday compared to like the previous day. But yeah, I don't think I have anything new really. I'm still enjoying it. I think it's just a fun atmosphere. Fun characters. I still really love Lila. I cannot wait for Kel and Lila to be like reunited. There are these games taking place that people keep talking about and getting really hyped for, but we haven't actually gotten to them yet. Rye is having some character growth. We've gotten like a lot of chapters about him. That's been really fun. So that's kind of just like the reading update. And then my cousin did my nails yesterday. They are so freaking cute. I love them. Show you guys all the angles. I just love this green and then the little swirly design for St. Patty's Day, which St. Patrick's Day is actually my birthday, so fun day to have a birthday. I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you my cutie nails, kind of show my face since I'm actually put together for once, and it's Friday. My work is done for the day. It's beautiful out though, so I think we're going to go for a walk. We're going to be getting like chores and things done that we've been putting off, because when it's nice out, that's just like the time I feel like to do things. Busy weekend ahead of me, so I don't know like how much I'll be reading, how much I'll be recording. Hopefully a decent amount. We shall see. That's the update for now. Have a small reading update for you. I was gonna wait to do this today until I was like ready and like put together for the day. Also, why does this look like slanted? Oh, my husband's home with groceries. Anyway, let me just do this really quick. I am now 308 pages in. The games are about to start. The games that they keep talking about are about to start. So the tone of this book is getting really excited. We're getting to the really fun part of the book, and I just had a chapter that was so hot. Oh my god. And not even between characters that like I would have guessed or like thought that it would be about? Oh my god, I'm like, you did what? With who? I'm here for it. Oh my god, that was amazing. I think there's like a ball or something that's happening where we're at right now. Like, love a ball in a book. Hello?
The love of my life is important.
I am back with more book updates. I feel like I barely showed any b-roll in between the last time I gave you guys an update and now. And the last time I talked to you guys, I feel like I was barely even halfway through this, and now I am finished with this. It is Sunday afternoon. I finished this morning. I just couldn't put it down. Like, I think I mentioned in one of these clips that the beginning to this one was a little bit slower, I feel like, than book one, but once I was into it, I was really into it, and I don't know, I miss these characters somehow, even though it's only been a week or so since I read the first book. I did miss these characters, and it was really fun to see them again, especially Lila, Kel, and Rye. Those are like my top 3 favorite characters, which makes sense because they are like the 3 main protagonists. So it's just a really fun time. I think with this book, the most fun part was the plot of the magical games. This book is completely about these games called the Essen Tosh, and all of the world's magicians like come together to compete to see who's the best magician, and it's really just like a political game where whoever's hosting it that year can kind of show off their riches in their kingdom, and it's like a little bit of a political move, right? And so that was cool. I think that those magical games made a really good backdrop to a now familiar world. I am now obviously familiar with this world. I really like it. And like I mentioned in book one, it's a really unique magical world, and that there are multiple different Londons: Red London, White London, Grey London, Black London, and they're kind of all running parallel on the same timeline, but they're all very different. So in this one, again, I feel like I can only really say vague things about the plot to not give anything away for the first one. However, the way the first one ends kind of leaves you feeling satisfied in a way, but you also know that there is going to be more to come. Like, there are things kind of left open-ended, and you know that things are going to circle back. The problems are going to circle back, you know that, and so that's why we were able to have another adventure in book 2. And the way this one ends, it ends in a much more unsatisfying conclusion, aka a cliffhanger, and so now I feel like I have to start the next book immediately. Like, the whole point, I feel like, of me doing this series of, these videos of like me continuing series I'm in the middle of is to be better at actually continuing series, and so why not go straight into the 3rd book if I'm feeling up to it. So that is what I'm gonna do. I did download it on my Kindle, Conjuring of Light, because I don't feel like going to the store at this moment and getting it, but I do eventually obviously want to get it to put it in my collection. I haven't started this yet, by the way, just download it. But before we get into reading the next one, I did want to read some quotes, because not only did this book have all the other things that I mentioned, I also feel like it made some really interesting points about religion, and I feel like I noticed the author kind of doing this in the first book as well. It's not in a way that like rubs you the wrong way. It's not in a off-putting way. She just makes, I feel like, some interesting points, and so I'll just read the quotes to you. The first one is, "But what stops one from committing sins if they have nothing to fear?" Kel shrugged. "I've seen people sin in the name of God and in the name of magic. People misuse their higher powers, no matter what form they take." I thought that was a really good quote. And then the other one was, "It doesn't bother you that everyone believes different things?" "Why should it?" he asked. "We all believe the same thing, really. We simply give it different names." And I feel like this quote just kind of gave voice to a thought that I've had multiple times of like, I feel like there's so many religions obviously in the world, and I feel like essentially at the core of each one of them, they're all kind of trying to do the same thing. I don't know, I really liked this. I really liked the way that the author put this, and it really made me think a little bit deeper about things. So yeah, that's always fun when that's in a book as well. A book that can make you think a little bit deeper about things in real life. Otherwise, this is a very escapist series, very magical adventures, gathering of shadows. I mean, the title's literally is called that, but you do indeed have that in this book as well, that kind of darker element to it. So yeah, all around really fun time. I did end up rating this 4.75 stars again, so exactly the same rating as the first one, because I didn't really get I didn't quite get a 5-star feeling from either of them. I would say the latter half of this book did give me a 5-star feeling, but because of the beginning being a little bit slow, that's to me going to just take a little bit off. So 4.75, really great time, really recommend this series. And yeah, we can check another book off of my series list and hopefully finish this series in this vlog, because like I said, I am going to, I think, start the next one tonight and just kind of immediately go into it, because like I said, the way that one ended, I need to know. I need to know what's gonna happen. That's it, that's the update. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, which also happens to be my birthday. And so I am currently making corned beef in the crock pot, and it smells so good and it looks so good. So I will have to show you guys that. I wanna show you guys that, because it's like my favorite meal in the world, which is fitting. It just happens to also be the meal of St. Patty's Day. So love that. And we have a cake. And then tomorrow I do have a little bit of work, but then my sister-in-law is gonna come over and she's gonna bring over some little treats and we're gonna hang out. And that's my birthday, casual birthday. I'm excited. So yeah, I'm gonna go show you guys what the corned beef looks like, because it looks amazing. Ta-da! You can barely see the corned beef because of the cabbage on top, but oh, looks so good. Wish you could smell it through the screen. And my little cake. I'm back. It's been a couple of days, I think, since I've updated this vlog. I didn't really have any reading updates. I was reading, but didn't really have any updates, and also it was my birthday, so I was trying to enjoy being in the moment, and it was a great birthday. But yeah, I do have some reading updates. I also went and got the physical copy today. Before we do some reading updates, I want to give you guys a little bit of a haul, because I impromptu kind of went crazy today at TJ Maxx, Old Navy, and then I only got a couple things from Barnes, but I did go and pick up the physical copy of A Conjuring of Light from Barnes & Noble. This was the only copy that they had. Hopefully editing Courtney remembers to put in, I got some B-roll on my phone. I don't know how that's gonna work, if that's gonna look good or not, but I did get that, so hopefully I remember to put that in here. But yeah, I did pick this up, and then I have a baby shower that I'm going to this weekend, so I always like to get a little baby book. But how cute is this? Little raccoon. It's got the fuzzies, got the eyes, and every single page is like a different animal. So cute. So I had to get a baby book as well. So that was my little Barnes haul, very small haul. I actually, for once, stuck to what I went in to get. I did go into Old Navy looking for a bunch of the things that I ended up leaving with, so that's good. I also left with a few things that I did not plan on getting. I wanted more cargo pants and or cloth pants, so I ended up leaving with 2 pairs of these cloth pants. I got 1 pair in just, well, you can see these at all. 1 pair in just black. They're literally just black cloth pants. And then I got that same pair of pants in this blue stripy color, because I feel like that'll be really cute for spring and summer. I think to pair with the black pants, I also got this button-up top, which of course I don't have it buttoned up right now, but when it's buttoned, this is so cute. And I don't know, I pictured it with those black pants as kind of like a tuxedo look, I guess, if you will. So yeah, this was really cute on. It had a matching skirt, but the skirt, it was kind of looking like a pencil skirt slash a dress or whatever. So I ended up just getting the top, but we love that. I also went in for a white t-shirt, which they had these cute baby tees. So I got 1 white baby tee. And then another thing that I did not plan on getting at all is this really cute red one-piece bathing suit. Because I've never owned a one-piece, and I'm like, I kind of want to try this on. Tried it on, thought it was actually pretty cute, so I had to have it. And we're not done. I also went in for socks because like I feel like all of my socks are completely just not doing good. They're all like falling apart. And I know that Old Navy has really cute socks. So I ended up getting these really cute summery ones. There's like lemons, gray, cherries, orange, peaches, and then pink with really cute cherries. So I loved these and went in for these. I also got these higher socks with the ruffles. So cute. Blue with hearts. Blue hearts on white. And then these white ones, they're just plain white, but then they have like a heart at the top. So love those as well. Huge success, I fear, in Old Navy. Probably did too well. And then I only went into TJ Maxx because nothing else was open yet. I always forget that things around me don't really open till like 10. So I had to go kill some time and TJ Maxx happened to be open. So anyway, most of what I got is kind of random and I got a couple gifts for my sister-in-law too. So Sarah, if you're watching, click off. I'll wait. Did you go? Okay. Anyways, I got this cute gift bag to put her gift in. And then I saw this tote bag and it reminded me of her. So I got this really beautiful tote bag. I don't know if this was supposed to be like lavender or what, but it's so pretty. So anyway, I got that for her and it also kind of matches the gift bag that I got. So when her other gift comes, I'm going to wrap this up and put that in there as well. And then for myself, I got these little oven mitts with rubber grips because every time I'm baking something, my oven mitts suck and I've been meaning to pick up some of these. And of course, TJ Maxx has everything. So I was like, finally, oh yeah, I remember, you know, I wanted those. So I got those for myself. This was kind of an impulse buy, but there was this matching pajama set that is so cute. It's got this like these little tiny pink flowers and yeah, it has matching shorts. I didn't even try this on, so hopefully it fits, but I could not resist because she's so freaking cute and I just love a matching pajama set. So that's that. And then what else? Oh, a couple candles and a really cute glass. Our power went out the other day and I realized we have like no candles. So yeah, this one smells literally amazing. It smells like the beach and it's literally called Driftwood with a wood wick. I love a candle with a wood wick. I really enjoy TJ Maxx's candle selection. Had to get this one. I also love that it's in a clear glass because then when it's burned down you can actually still see it. Also got this one by Outpost, patchouli flower with another, it also has a wooden wick and it's a natural wax blend, which I also try to look for that as well in my candles, is more of a natural blend. So I got those. Last but not least, of course, TJ Maxx has all their really super cute, like springy, summery dishware, glasses, mugs, all of that out. And I could not pass this little cup up. Are you kidding me? Hopefully I don't break it because this one is kind of like thin. They also had like the Anthropologie style, like thicker glass cups that I have a few of. And they had ones that had like strawberries on it. And I almost got that, but then I was like, I don't know. I kind of, something about the cherries and something about this like ribbed looking glass is really calling to me, so I had to have this as well. I really need to like stop going into TJ Maxx because this is what happens. But yeah, so that is my little haul. What do I have going on today? I need to go eat lunch and then I would love to like read a little bit and go for a walk. It's supposed to be sunny today. Well, it is sunny today. And it's supposed to be like 60 almost. So I'm gonna try to go for a walk at like the peak heat of the day. And then I just really want to relax and read my book. I'm home alone tonight, so I can just do whatever I want. Book update. Do I have any actual updates for you? I don't know. Let me look. So how far am I? I looked at my Kindle and tried to figure it out, like what page I was on. So I'm pretty sure I'm on like page 180-ish, which is this far. So I'm still like within the first 25-ish% of this book. And I'm still really loving this storyline and these characters. I'm already sad that like this is going to be over. Like I'm gonna miss these characters so much. There's a lot of, I think in each of these books I've mentioned that there's like this dark magic kind of gathering. Like in the last one, it's literally called A Gathering of Shadows, and like this one is kind of the culmination of that dark magic kind of manifesting itself and them kind of having to fight against it. There's a lot of relationship development, I feel like. I mean, there's been relationship development since book one, but I feel like you're finally getting more of the characters that you want to be together. They're like, you're getting that in this book. So I'm really enjoying that aspect. I don't know, I'm really digging these books, and I can't believe I didn't pick these up sooner. And I'm gonna be really sad when it's over. So I'm thinking eventually I'm gonna have to pick up some more V.E. Schwab books because I think I'm a fan. I know that for some people it's like her writing's kind of hit or miss, but it's all been hits for me. I loved Gallon. I've been loving this series. So if you have any V.E. Schwab recs, let me know down below which V.E. Schwab book I should pick up after completing this series. Probably won't read them anytime soon, but I just, you know, want to keep that in mind. But yeah, I don't know if I have anything like specific to say. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth review later, like once I'm back in the story and like have my thoughts together, but that's the reading update so far. Hello, I am back with kind of an update. I wanted to let you guys know how far I got, but I don't really have any like, I don't know, pertinent updates or anything new, I feel like, from what I last said. But I am now 46% of the way through A Conjuring of Light, which is like, yeah, I mean almost halfway, so the visualization, there you go. And I am still loving this. I am reading really slow, I feel like, in the last couple of days. Probably just mostly because I've been distracted with other things. Like I said, I had my birthday, and then I had a bunch of plans yesterday. I ended up just like going and getting things that I wanted, running errands. You saw the haul. You know, I don't need to like go over that again. It's now Wednesday. It's absolutely beautiful out. I mean, it's a little bit windy, but it's supposed to get up to 70 degrees today. So I do plan to go for a walk at some point. I always try to go like at the nicer point of the day. So I'm thinking sometime after lunch. It is currently 11:40. So I'm gonna go have lunch soon. My husband's gonna be home kind of early sometime today, so I was hoping maybe to go for a walk with him. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to wait? Do I want to go for a walk before he gets home and then go for another walk later? I don't know yet, but I am liking this. Again, I don't feel like I have that much more to say, and I can't say that much anyway because it is the final book in a series, but this book definitely has like a darker tone to it than even the last one. Like, I feel like the whole series has a little bit of an underlying dark tone to it, but yet the last book, like I mentioned with like the games and stuff, that plot point kind of gave some levity, I feel like, to the series. But this one definitely feels like the darkest thus far, which makes sense because, you know, it's the culmination of a series, and the dark magic that's been afoot, that's been gathering, is coming to a head. All my favorite characters are getting together to come up with, you know, a plan. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Again, can't say much. I'm loving the little romances still. There's some tension between characters that's kind of unresolved that I'm hoping by the end of this book will be resolved. I really like these. Big fan. Right now in my head, I think, so I rated books 1 and 2 a 4.75. I think right now this one's maybe sitting at a 4, but I don't know if it's just because I'm like reading slowly and not sitting down and binging it like I usually do. I always find that anytime I binge a book, I end up like rating it higher. But yeah, that is the update. Like I said, I'm just sitting outside and reading on my Kindie. I love her so much, by the way. I think I've already shown you this. I don't know if I've shown you the new stickers. This one says Homebody Club, and the teddy bear sticker I added. She's so cute. I love her. And then the little teddy bear charm. Also, you guys saw some of the clothes that I got from Old Navy yesterday, but I'm wearing the little baby tee and the cloth pants. Very cute, but I had to throw a little cardigan on top because I'm chilly, like with the breeze, even though it's like 60 something out. Not complaining, but I still get chilly easily. So that's why I want to wait to go for a walk, like when it's at its nicest, when it's almost at 70 degrees. I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna probably go in, make some lunch soon, read some more, try to. I feel like I can't focus. That's the plan. I'm finally back with a reading update. I have my little root beer and snack of pretzels with me because I literally just finished this book. I just finished A Conjuring of Light. Finally, oh my god, I don't know why, but it feels like I was reading this book for like, I was reading it for almost a week, which is kind of a long time for me to be reading, for me at least. Even though I was reading it slowly, that doesn't mean I wasn't enjoying it. I feel like I was, if anything, savoring it. I didn't want this world to be done. I didn't want to let go of these characters. This is shaping up to probably be like one of my favorite series of the whole year. I mean, I know that we're not really that far into the year, but I think this is gonna stand as one of my like top series of this year. Wow. I rated books 1 and 2 4.75 stars, and at one point I think I said that I was hoping the third book would be a 5 stars, and it's confirmed. It is a 5 stars. Round of applause. Cue the confetti. Yeah, so happy about this. I have things that I want to say, but getting my thoughts together, I feel like on a book that I really enjoy, especially fantasy, is sometimes hard. So I'm gonna try my best. Bear with me. Remember what I said in like the previous clips of me talking about this. Again, plot-wise, can't really say much because I don't want to give anything away. Just know that out of the 3 books in this series, this one definitely has the darkest tone, which makes sense, being that it is like the culmination of everything this series has been about, like throughout, right? So you've got the dark magic that was brewing, and when things are coming to a head and you're talking about dark magic, like obviously you're gonna have a darker tone. So yeah, this book definitely has a darker tone. I'd say the series as a whole has a little bit of a dark tone, but this one took the cake. It kind of reminds me of how Harry Potter towards the end got like way darker. So there's that, which I really loved. I really enjoyed the classic fantasy vibes of this series. I feel like I read so much romantasy that I kind of get burnt out on it and just like wanted something different, wanted something that had a little romance but wasn't like all about romance. And that's what you get in this series. You get like a very slow burn. You get a couple different romance subplots. And I just find that when a romance subplot is done well and done beautifully like it is in this series, it just hits me harder almost than like a romantasy or like a smut heavy book would. And her writing is so beautiful. I think I mentioned that her writing is beautiful in the other two books, but in this one, oh my god, I got so many good quotes on like grief and loss and love and inner strength and just life in general out of this book. I will definitely read some of those to you because wow. Like if I can't explain how I feel about the book, those quotes I feel like really just show this book for what it is. The characters are the real standout of this. This is a multiple point of view book. I think you get like a couple. Book one I think is maybe only 2 points of view. It's like one of those stories that as you get further in the series there are more POVs added, which I always really enjoy just because at that point you're in the series, you're in the world, you're immersed, you know what's going on, so you can kind of handle having more POVs. Just what this felt like. There was a lot of character growth, not only with our main characters, but with some side characters as well. Characters that you don't really understand at first or like you kind of don't like. You start to kind of understand more of their motivations and really feel for them. And again, I can't really give much away, but wow. And also I enjoyed how this ended. I thought everything wrapped up really well. It was really satisfying ending to me. For all characters involved, for the multiple things that were hanging in the balance that I was waiting for, I feel like wrapped up nicely. The plot was fast paced. It was fun. Like I said, I did read this kind of slow, but I don't think that's any fault of the book. I think I was just trying to like savor it. And I've also had a really busy week, so there was that as well. But I only have positive things to say about this book. I don't know, like I said, I'm sad that this is over and now think I'm going to need to read more V.E. Schwab because I really like her writing. Also, there was a lot of pirates in this book. I wouldn't say that like the series as a whole is about pirates. Like the first one, you don't really get that as much. You get a little bit of it in the second one, but this one felt like there was a lot more pirates. So if you like pirates, then I recommend this series. Check it out. Very, very good. Let me pull up my quotes though, because like I said, I have so many good quotes that I pulled from this that I think I'm gonna have to go and physically annotate my physical copy after this because wow. Sometimes you had to pretend. Everyone knew that. Pretend to be happy, pretend to be brave, pretend to be strong. If you pretended long enough, it eventually came true. Bear with me, I have quite a few that I want to read. You truly believe that he's a god? And then one character asks that and the other character says, it doesn't matter what someone is, only what they think they are. That is so profound. That is so true. Your mind is so powerful. Like not to get up on a soapbox and like go off on a tangent, but yes, I love that quote. It really resonated with me. I have so many things highlighted. Some of them I'm not gonna read because it's just like scenes that I really liked or like it gives things away for me to read them, so I won't read those, but oh, I love Kel. Like I'm gonna read this, but I'm gonna just say blank in place of the character names. I was distracted by everything about you, blank. I still am. You're maddening, infuriating, incredible. She'd been teasing, but he clearly wasn't. Everything about him, the set of his mouth, the crease in his brow, the intensity in that blue eye, she was dead serious. I've never known what to make of you, not since the day we met, and it terrifies me. You terrify me. The idea of you walking away, vanishing from my life, that terrifies me most of all. Oh my god. Here's another one. People spoke of love as if it were an arrow, a thing that flew quick and always found its mark. They spoke of it as if it were a pleasant thing, but Maxim had taken an arrow once and knew it for what it was, excruciating. Besides, who doesn't love a man with shadows? Who doesn't want a king with scars? Yes. All of us book girlies are like, yes. And then Kel's response, oh yes, that's really the reason I did it, to make you more appealing. If you know, you know. I feel like you need to read the book to know what that one's talking about, but so funny. I love this book. I love the series. What else can I say? 5 stars. Go read it. If you need something different, if you read a lot of romantasy like I do, and you just need to have something that's a little bit different flavor, this is it. This is so good. This happens so often where I like put off a book, but then I actually finally pick it up and I'm like, why did I put this off? This was so good. Like, how did I not know that a 5-star series has been just sitting on my shelf and I was just ignoring it because I was intimidated by it based on, I don't even know, the cover. That's my reading update. It is Friday. We started this vlog like last Wednesday. So like I said, I have been reading a lot slow. I read, what, 2 books so far in this video, and it's all been the Shades of Magic trilogy. So I don't know if that's like boring for you guys to see me just reading pretty much from one series or not. Let me know, would love to know. My plan is to start another book today, and in the spirit of continuing series, my options are still as I already showed you. Yeah, so my options are pretty much the same as I listed out in the beginning of this video. I could continue Zodiac Academy. I'm not gonna do that because that book's very long. The Legacy series, again, very long. What else could I continue? I could read, I don't think I want another fantasy right now, which really only leaves Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. So I might pick that up next. We will see what I get up to. And if the next clip is me showing you that, then that means we're continuing this video. But yeah, that's it for now. That's the update. I am going to eat a snack, continue eating my snack, and over a bit because I literally just finished this book, so need to take a moment.
Only got an hour and a half into this 24-hour reading vlog, so I definitely need to get everything.
Welcome back to another reading update. What was I even, where was I going with that? I don't know. It's now the next day. I think I talked to you yesterday. Yeah, today is Saturday, and I do have some updates on Taming 7. I read quite a bit between last night and this morning. I'm now on page 106, which is chapter 13. So we're like, I don't know, 20-ish% of the way through, and I went into this kind of knowing that a lot of people don't like Gibbsy and Claire's book as much as the other ones, just because I feel like a lot of people really hyped this up in their heads. So far, not much has like happened because we're only 100 pages in, but I honestly went in kind of knowing that Lizzie was going to be in here a lot, and if you know the series, then you know she's got some drama, she's got some issues for sure. She can be very mean and like lash out at people, and she lashes out at Gibbsy a bunch, and that like makes me sad. I know like a lot of people really don't like her character, and so they weren't that happy with this book, but I honestly am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for what it is. I love seeing, I just love being back in this world with these characters, but I love seeing like Gibbsy and Claire and how they became so close, and just they're precious with each other. Like they definitely are meant to be together. They're both very silly, goofy, and I love that energy so much, but at the same time, he kind of only shows her like the softer, more vulnerable side of him. And yet again, because we're only 100 pages in, we haven't actually gotten that much progress between the two. like they're besties, but you can tell, especially when you're in, I mean, they both want more, but Gibbsy's very like, beats himself up and stuff and puts a lot of pressure on himself. And then Claire wants more and is like hoping for more, but I don't know, they're just kind of dancing around each other. So I kind of knew, again, going into this, that that was how this was kind of going to be, is a whole lot of dancing around each other, a whole lot of Lizzie. We haven't gotten that much Lizzie. She's cropped up a few times so far, but I am really enjoying this. Looking forward to reading, having a great time when I am reading. So yeah, haven't cried yet. The most I've cried in this series would probably be, I mean, yeah, Keeping 13, but Redeeming 6. Oh my God. This series, what you have to know about this series is that it is very heavy. There's a lot of dark, heavy things that happen to these characters. These characters are very young, but they all have kind of separate things that they're dealing with in their own like home life. They're heavy hitting, so I usually going into these I have to be like in the mood for that. I wasn't sure upon starting this reading vlog if I was going to be in the mood for it, but as soon as I picked it up, I'm already back. I'm back in it. I've already done like a ton of highlighting on my Kindle, just like dialogue between the two characters. I love these characters. I love this series. This is definitely a 6-star series for me. I'm not gonna put a rating on this book yet because again, we've barely started. I do have a baby shower to go to soon, but I'm hoping to read maybe a little bit more before I go to the baby shower, and then definitely tonight when we get home as well. So I'll have to update you guys when I have gotten a little bit further, but yeah. This is my baby shower outfit, by the way. I thought the teddy bears would be cute. My new pants kind of is giving pajamas, but like cute and casual, which I really like that vibe for a baby shower. So going on today, it's very gloomy out and it's cold again. Our spring weather that we were having has kind of said goodbye, so that's nice. Hoping that it comes back soon. Enough rambling. I'm gonna go read while I can, or maybe watch some booktube. Don't know what the vibe is yet. There is a bathtub scene, and that's all I'm gonna say. And it's so good. It's precious and funny, and well, not funny, but like you know, if you read it, you know. But it's so cute. I love them. I'm finally back to wrap up this video, wrap up my feelings on this book, because I did finish it last night / this morning. I literally went to bed last night and I had maybe 10 minutes left of the book, but it felt pretty wrapped up and I couldn't, I was so tired. So you know what? I was like, I'm gonna leave the last little bit of this for myself to enjoy in the morning. And I did really enjoy this book. Like I mentioned before, this is like a 5-star, 6-star God tier series for me. But I will say that this book, I ended up landing on a 4.75 stars. I didn't feel like it was as in-depth, and I didn't feel like I loved it as much as like Binding 13 and then Saving and Redeeming 6 level. Like those are like, but this is very close, and I still loved every second of it. I now totally understand what people say when they're, for example, like Des, when she talked about reading this book, she also mentioned that it's like a 4 point something, but that it's not quite on the level as the other books. That's exactly how I felt about this. But I also, there were things that bothered other people I've noticed that didn't really bother me that much. My overall thoughts are that I love I've always loved Gibbsy, but I love him even more now that I kind of understand his backstory more. And wow, the things that this boy goes through, the things that all of these characters go through are very heavy, very real. And I'm always very surprised that these are YA, because I'm like, how is that kind of like allowed? I don't know. I think they might mistakenly be put in the YA section just because they're about high schoolers, but like, you have to understand that there is on-page trauma, on-page sex scenes, like a lot of things that usually are in YA books or series. So there's that aspect, but yeah, check your triggers before going into the series. But if you're okay with the triggers, then I do highly, highly recommend this series, because I don't know if any other series has really made me feel quite as close to the characters. Like, I just feel like these characters are actually real and that they exist. And I love them. Like I said, I love Gibbsy with my whole entire heart. I love Claire and Gibbsy together. The way that they fiercely loved each other was so great to see. And just chef's kiss. I wish we got a little bit more of them actually being together. There is a lot of like back and forth in this book. Again, it wasn't something that was like enough to make me dislike the book really. There also was a lot of Lizzie in this book. I might have mentioned that in a previous clip. A lot of Lizzie, but I understand why. Like, she is so entangled in what is going on, and also it's like clearly setting up for the next book, that I get it. And so I think that's why it didn't bother me that much. And also, I knew going in that she was going to be in this a lot, and she was going to kind of be like a thorn in the side of their relationship. So knowing that going in, I feel like helped me a lot to not, you know, expect this to be something that it wasn't. So hopefully that helps somebody else too, if they, you know, go into this kind of with the right expectations. Yeah, I also love how silly and goofy Claire and Gibbsy are. Like, they are so freaking silly. For example, they are raising like these kittens together, and they like will get in fights as if they are actual parents of human children. And just, they talked about custody at one point, like, well, if we ever split up, like, what are we gonna do with our cats? And just the way they talk to each other sometimes is so funny and just silly. And a part of that really, I felt seen, because I also, you wouldn't really know on here, I can be really goofy and kind of weird, and I kind of love that. I love that representation in here of them just being so weird together, and they don't care. Like, they just don't care what people think of them for the most part. And I loved that aspect. There were a few times, I mean, Claire does kind of sometimes say some like really childish things, but she is just very innocent and very naive. But her heart is always in the right place. Like, she has a heart of gold, and she will go to war for the ones that she loves. And I really respect that about her and appreciate that about her. And also that she's just fully who she is, again, without really caring what people think about her. And I kind of think that's what the author was maybe trying to get across, is that even though there were times where she did or said things that I was like, girl, like, okay, let's calm down a little bit. Even though I kind of felt like that, I also could recognize, like, that is her personality. That is just who she is, and she's not going to apologize for that, and I respect that. Honestly, I do. There are, you know, people in real life who do annoying things and say annoying things, or like act a little bit maybe childish or naive, and that is just who they are. And sometimes we just have to accept people as they are, not try to change them or want them to be a different person. So I still love her, by the way. I know that me saying that she did some annoying things might make it seem like I don't, but no, I still love her with my whole heart, and that's why I give her grace for kind of sometimes being a little bit annoying. This book was everything, pretty much everything I wanted. Like I said, I wish I got a little bit more of them being together. I am excited for the next book, which is being released in May, so soon. I was not expecting it to be coming out so soon. After I saw like the announcement, I didn't realize it was going to be in May, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna have to read that immediately, because as soon as I finished this, I just felt bereft. Like, I feel the loss of this series, you know, like reading it for the first time. So I really hope that she just keeps chugging out books in this series. I heard from somebody that there's going to be like 5 more books, and I will read this series forever. I will read about these characters forever. So as many books as she wants to make, I will read. And that's how I that is a good representation of how I feel about the series. Anyway, 4.75, 6-star series. Please check your triggers, but I do love this series so much. And yeah, what did we read in this? Hold on, let me go get the actual books. Okay, so these are the 3 books that we completed in this vlog. Quite a few pages. I think that's why it took me so long to film this. I've been filming this for almost 2 weeks now because, I don't know, I feel like especially with fantasy series, books get chunky and it takes me a lot longer to read them because they take a lot more brain power. And also I've had like the busiest month, I feel like, of the entire like last year. But anyway, let's kind of do a short recap. I'm not gonna fully go over these because you've already seen the other clips of me going over these books. But we first picked up A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, which is book 2 in the Shades of Magic series. What did I end up rating this? See, I have like the memory of like a hamster. Rated this 4.75 stars, but the third book, the last book, I gave a 5 stars because the way that everything comes to a head and the character growth and the relationship growth and just kind of seeing everything come together was so good in this book. And I ended up getting so many good quotes out of these books. I don't know why I'm surprised by that, but she has such beautiful writing that I'm now like, okay, I need to check out her other books. But this is such a fun, like adventure, classic fantasy, adventure fantasy type of a series. And it was so refreshing. It was unlike a lot of the fantasy and romantasy that I've been reading. And I really appreciated that. So I do highly recommend the series, especially if you're looking for classic fantasy, but also minor subplots of romance, pirates, if you're looking for another, you know, series with like dark magic. If you're looking for that, then this is the series for you. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would really relate this to. I don't know, because it seemed very unique to me. There were a couple things because of it being classic fantasy that reminded me a little bit of like, part of me wants to say Harry Potter, but it's nothing like Harry Potter. But sometimes like the feeling that I was getting reminded me of a little bit of like the end of Harry Potter with like the dark magic gathering and like stuff like that. I don't know if this is making any sense at all. But this is, just know that this is a very unique series. I highly recommend it. I don't know why I put it off for so long. Like this was so good. So yeah, these were the first 2 that we picked up. And so we actually ended up completing 2 series in this vlog, which makes it a very successful vlog because the whole point of this was to continue series and ultimately finish series that I'm in the middle of. So we did check 2 off of my list, which I don't know, how many does that leave me with? My series tracker in here is like, for some reason I don't feel like it's completely accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say there's at least 8 that I'm like actively in the middle of. According to my reading journal here, we are in the middle of, well, we're not in the middle of 8 anymore. We just checked off 2. So now we're in the middle of 5, which honestly isn't bad. We still have Zodiac Academy, the last 2 books to complete. We have the Legacy series, which I've only read book 1 so far. Legends of Thesmar, we are 2 books in. Mistborn, I read the first book. And then Sacred Stones, I've also only read the first book. So we have like 5. We have finished so far this year Boys of Tommen, Magnolia, Parks, and Shades of Magic, and 2 of those were in this vlog. So again, very successful. But yeah, that I think is going to be it for this vlog. I have a feeling when I go to edit this that it's going to be quite long. So thank you so much if you have stuck around throughout the entire thing. I really appreciate you. If you have stuck around for the entire video, I would love it if you could leave like the black heart emoji for Darker Shades of Magic, or leave the teddy bear emoji for Boys of Tommen. And also, if you've read these series, I would love to know your thoughts on them. Have you read them? What did you think of them? Obviously, never put spoilers in the comment section. That would be great. I always love to hear like what you guys think of books that I'm reading. And yeah, thank you so much. If you like these kind of videos, if you like vlogs, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss anything from me in the future. And I will see you next time, hopefully. Bye!